All right, so now if we go through and solve these, so if we're going to clear out the fractions, we need to multiply everything by the common denominator. So if I take a look at the denominators are 5 and 4. So the common denominator between 5 and 4, in other words, the least common multiple of 5 and 4 is the number 20. So I'm going to multiply 20 times this first fraction. 20 times the first fraction is 40, because 20 times 2 gives you 40, 40b over 5. And then 20 times the 3 gives you 60b over 4. And then 20 times the 3 gives you 60. So when I simplify this out, 40 over 5 gives me 8b. 60 over 4, 60 divided by 4 gives me 15b. And that's equal to 60. So combine like terms here, 8b plus 15b gives me 23b. So if I was going to finish this off, I would do the inverse operation here, which means I would divide both sides by 23. The 23's cancel out, and I get b equal to 60 over 23. 60 over 23 does not reduce. So I can try it out. I can divide it by 2, I can divide it by 3, 4, 5, 6, and these do not reduce. It actually is b equal to 60 over 23. But if I'm still not sure, I can actually take the 60 over 23 and plug it back in up here. So 2 times 60 over 23, and then take that divided by 5, plus 3 times 60 over 23, and take that divided by 4, and that will equal 3. That does work out. All right, this one over here, 9, 6, and 3. So we need to find a number that all three of those go into. So 9, well, 9 goes into 9, 18, 6 goes into 18, 3 goes into 18. So the common denominator here would be 18. So I need to multiply each one of these fractions by the number 18. So take 18 times 1/9. 18 times 1/9 is equal to 2. And then take 5 over 6. Take 5/6. 5 over 6 times 18. 5 over 6 times 18 is equal to 15. And then this last one would be 18m over 3, which that would just reduce down to 6m. So your equation here would be 2 equal to 15 minus 6m. All right, we need to get rid of the 15. So to move it over to the other side of the equal sign, you would have to subtract it. The reason we're subtracting it is because this is a positive 15. So if I would do the opposite, the inverse of that, I would have to subtract the 15. So those are gone. And now we have negative 6m, and that is equal to negative 13. So I would divide both sides by negative 6, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So your final answer here would be m equal to, don't leave it as negative 13 over negative 6, because negative divided by negative is positive, so you would leave it as 13 over 6. All right. And then this next one just goes through a problem that has decimals in it. Now, if you want to clear decimals, you can, but you do not have to clear a decimal. Clearing a decimal is very similar to kind of like multiplying everything by the common denominator. I can multiply by the common denominator and get rid of my fractions. Well, guess what? I can multiply by a multiple of 10 to clear decimals. So in this problem right here, I could actually multiply everything by 100. And when I do that, I end up with an equation without any decimals in it. But you don't have to do that, because you could just subtract the 3.5 from both sides and then divide by negative 0.02, and you'll end up with this exact same answer either way. So you don't have to clear the decimals. All right. Again, these are always good to know, good to look at, good to understand. It's not part of your assignment. Those are good to look at and understand. So your actual assignment here is 14, 16, 17, 19 and 20, 26, 29, and then on the next page there, let's do 38, 49, and then on the last page, we're going to do problem number 60. All right, so there's your homework assignment for section 3.